Ready, go.
DanGryder, Probable Cause. It is October 19, 2025. Welcome. It's Sunday night. Glad you showed up. I think I might know why you're here, and I think that's excellent. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment, but for the time being, it is October. We're going to talk about a few things here tonight. I got a very, very special episode here this evening. Remember, this channel is mostly based on entertainment. It's content, it's aviation safety information, and it should keep you a little bit entertained. I am somewhat entertaining on occasion, and I think that's probably why some of you are here, and I appreciate that. Remember, the whole core admission of everything I'm doing is completely volunteer. I'm non-paid, non-salary, no advertising, and I don't monetize. The entire function of this is reducing the general aviation fatal accident rate. Unlike others, I'm not in it for clicks and views. I want you to stay alive in your aircraft, and that's really all it is. I'll address very briefly the thing that you're probably here for, and I want you to know I am a citizen just like you. Our country was built on the founding fathers and the founding principles of our Constitution and our amendments, specifically our Second Amendment. This has to do with how the country was started and our right to bear arms, our right to protect ourselves. In my particular case, I did nothing wrong. I'm going to tell you that on Saturday night, I was beat up at my local airport. There are 3 possible paths to get to my hangar. I went and approached this individual because all 3 paths were blocked, and he had one of his vehicles there. He's got numerous hangars, all full of non-aeronautical stuff. And I've talked to this guy before, politely, about leaving one of the paths available so I could get airplanes in and out. This was Saturday night after we did our beta test at Augusta. I'll tell you about that in just a second. So as I approached him, his hangar door was open and I saw the contents, and he did not like the fact that I saw the contents of his hangar. And I can tell you, it's completely non-aeronautical. It's crammed full of cars, boats, jet skis, motorhomes, appliances, all that kind of stuff. Here's a picture of the scene as it occurred after I called the cops. So he proceeded to absolutely beat me up. The only way I got away that Saturday night was by pointing to the security camera. He didn't know there was a security camera, and I kept on telling him, you're on camera. That's the only way I got away. So when I got away, I called 911, had the police officer come out and take a report, all that kind of stuff. This is Saturday night. That's what happened. I came home that night. They didn't arrest the guy because they didn't have the video footage. They couldn't figure it out. They said, we will get the video footage either voluntarily or via court order. I don't know if they've obtained that yet. I'm just waiting for when they get that, because it's going to show exactly what that guy did to me. When I got home Saturday night, I Googled the guy. Come to find out, he's got a long rap list of stuff. He's already beaten other people and kidnapped. Here's his name, Tracy Darrell Wallace. I had no idea. So Saturday night, once I figured out who this guy was that had just got done beating me up, now I'm a little bit afraid because I have to go back out to the airport Sunday morning to move airplanes, to get an airplane out, to fuel it. When I went out to the airport Sunday morning, it was completely quiet, nobody there. I opened my hangar door. I was well inside my hangar working when this same guy pulled up to my hangar, slammed his car, put it in park, jumped out of it, and came towards me into my hangar. He parked his car on the cement pad of my hangar, got out and advanced towards me. I knew that there might be trouble. I didn't know, but I carried a .38 Special in my hip pocket of my jeans, and as he advanced towards me, I simply removed it from my jeans so that he could see it. I did not brandish. I just let him know that I am armed, and as soon as he saw that I was armed, I told him to get out. I can't remember exactly what I said, but I let him know that I am packing, and if you come in here, if you come towards me, it's probably not going to be good, was the sentiment. As soon as he saw that I had a weapon, he was out of there. As soon as he left, I called 911 again, a second time, and told him what happened. I filled out a police report. I told him that I pulled a gun out of my pocket so that he could see that I was armed. Police arrested me for aggravated assault for brandishing a weapon. I don't know what brandishing is, but I think it's legal in self-defense. This is the same guy that just got done beating me up before, who has the history of beating people up. So they slapped me in handcuffs, took me to jail, arrested me for aggravated assault. This is a stand your ground state. Georgia is a stand your ground state. I will fight this to the very, very end. I don't think there's any possible way. I was well inside the confines of my hangar, minding my own business, when this guy came back after me a second time. So that's all that happened. Whatever you've seen on the news, Aero Network News was the most aggressive about this. This guy named Jim Campbell called me 3 times in the night and left 3 voice messages. In each one, he asked me to call him back. Here's one.
If you have a moment, give me a call, on or off the record. Just trying to get more understanding of this.
Here's the second one.
Again, 863-299-8680. Give me a call when you get a chance. Thank you, and all the best.
And here's the third one.
Give me a call if you get a chance. I'm going to be in front of the computer for quite a while yet. Take care. All the best. Bye now.
Jim Campbell also produced a video. That night, after he left me 3 voicemails, I left him a long, detailed text message as my statement, in quotes. He disregarded that statement and ran what he wanted to, knowing full well what I had already told him. The actual facts of the matter didn't matter to Jim Campbell at Aero Network News. This is the same guy that's organizing this Affordable Flying Expo for November 6th through 8th in Lakeland. I've written to Jim and asked him for a list of not contributors. I've asked him for a list of exhibitors and people that will be attending, vendors and exhibitors. Jim at aero-news.net has not responded. I want to know who's coming to this. So far, I can't find anybody as an individual that's going, or any vendors or displayers that are going to this thing. So I've asked him, who is attending this thing November 6th through 8th? So far, no results. Next week, I'll publish the results. If you want to send an email to Jim at aero-news.net, ask him who's attending, who are your exhibitors for this thing, because you need to know if you're going to take all the time and trouble to attend. So far, no information from Jim. He was very upset because I mentioned that I have a recording of his voicemails and wanted to tell me that I can't record him. He's the one that left the voicemail. Voicemail by default, you're leaving a recording on a voicemail. Of course I have the recording of your voice. Of course I do, and that is his voice. The whole thing is crazy absurd. So far, Aero News, Jim Campbell is the only one that's done anything with the story. Anybody with half a brain looks at it and says, you're an American citizen inside your property, defending yourself after you've already got beat up the night before. You're inside your property, stand your ground. Georgia is a stand your ground state. That's all I'm going to say about it for now, but I stand by what I did. I would do the same thing today, and I hope that you carry a gun. I hope you are armed. I hope you protect you and your family from intruders and would-be assailants who want to come into your home or business and harm you. I can tell you, as soon as you display a weapon, everything changes. All I had to do was show him that I was armed, and he was so out of there. It worked perfect, just like it's supposed to do. I don't have time to go into all the GA fatals individually. I'll just tell you that for the year, we are doing very good. We're still above 12.0 for the year on an average. We just lost another tragic accident. A father and his 2 daughters flying into weather in Montana. Pulled the wings off that airplane, flying into weather. Bad weather storms destroyed the airplane in flight. The wreckage was found all over a very large area. All 3 bodies were found within the confines of the structure of that airplane. They were alive for their fall to the ground. It's a horrific way to go. I'm telling you, don't fly into that stuff. You cannot do that. It's not going to work. Our in-flight breakup category, this is probably number 7 for the year. In-flight breakup, we're still taking our tiny little beer can airplanes and trying to fly them into thunderstorms. How many times do we have to tell you it doesn't work? Don't do that. Here's the video of the Hawker. These guys are doing stall testing on a swept wing Hawker in Michigan. Here's the video of it right here. This thing is coming down. Look at it. These guys did a full stall test at 15,000 feet. It entered full stall. The problem is sometimes it takes 15 to 20,000 feet to recover. So if you entered your full stall at 15,000 feet and it takes 20,000 feet to recover, I'm not much good at math, but it seems like that's about a 5,000 foot deficit that you've got there. Truth is, these are pilots, not test pilots. We shouldn't be playing around with taking a swept-wing airplane at 15,000 feet to the brink of a stall and trying to stall it to see if our stall warning is going to work. You know what the DC-3 had for a stall warning? Nothing. We're pilots. We don't let the DC-3 get close to stall. I had no stall indicators, no stall shaker, no stall warning, no stall anything. When did we ever stall a DC-3? Never, because we know we're not ever letting a DC-3 get that slow. We don't need all this computerized stuff. These guys should have gone up to 15,000 feet, drank coffee for 10 minutes, and landed and said, yeah, everything works good. DMMS, don't even get within 30% of a stall under any conditions. 3 people on that airplane, we're not getting them back. We lost a hawker and 3 priceless individuals in that accident, all because FAA says we have to go up and test. After maintenance, we have to do a post-maintenance test of the stall indicator system. Yes, I'm fired up. I think that's completely absurd. That's the 2nd hawker in the last, I believe, 1 year. The other one out in Colorado, I'm not sure when it was. Same thing, post-maintenance stall test. Completely absurd. All right, so let's talk real quick about the DTSB. Here's the website if you want to keep track of the fatals in order, general aviation fatals. We're at 12.396 per today. That's prorated right down to the day. As we go towards the end of the year, I'm hoping that number will ease back down. We're trying to get it under 12.0. We ended up under 13.0 for last year, 2024. 2025, the goal is getting it under 12.0 if we can. We've got 25 more spaces to go. We're currently at 119 for the year and 144, so we got 25 spaces. If you'd like to occupy one of those spaces, you call me and I'll arrange a way for you to go kill yourself in your airplane. If you want one of those, I suggest you don't do it. Stay alive. You don't want to be one of the 25. We're running out of gas. We're flying airplanes too slowly in the traffic pattern. We're stall spinning in the traffic pattern. We're doing completely stupid stuff. Every single general aviation fatal accident that we got is a repeat. We're doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. Like, when are we going to learn? No, we cannot do that. Don't do that. We cannot get you back. We cannot get you back or your airplane. Your family is going to have to deal with this forever. Put enough gas in your airplane. Don't fly too slow. Learn DMS. Fly DMS in the traffic pattern. Fly a proper traffic pattern. You're a pilot. You got your family on board. Why would you not want to do the right things? Remember, our DTSB conference is January 2026. It's January 2, 3, and 4 in Orlando. It's all-inclusive. Right now, we've still got a few spaces left before it's sold out. $11.95 is all-inclusive. It includes your room. That's your nights in the hotel, your food, all-inclusive, your alcohol, the programs, 2 banquets, all your educational content. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all-inclusive. You don't have to buy a thing once you get there. $11.95, and that's it. We've got a excellent roundup of people that are speaking and giving seminars. Friday night, you will not believe the music package that we have put together. Dinner and entertainment, the music thing we got put together for Friday night is unbelievable. I'm so excited about that. If you like the music from the 70s, classic, rock and roll, all that kind of stuff being played live with musicians, that's going to be our after-dinner entertainment Friday night, and I think you're going to love it. I think you're probably going to sing along. Saturday night is our closing banquet. Saturday night, we'll have another banquet. Keynote speakers Saturday night, Richard and Shantae McCoy, D.B. Cooper's 2 children. They've never spoken publicly ever since the dawn of time, and they'll be with us down there Saturday night. They're going to eat dinner with us. They are on stage with us for the closing. They're the keynote speakers for Saturday night. I don't think you want to miss it, because it's not going to happen again probably. Saturday night, $11.95. Here's the graphic if you want to get an email PDF about how to register and what the deal is. If you want to call me and ask any questions, I'd be happy to talk to you about it. We're looking forward to it. We will also have all the data. At the beginning of 2026, we're going to have all the data on 2025 on how we did. All right, I got to hustle here because I got so much to cram in here. It's crazy. Even without talking about general aviation fatals, I got a lot to talk about. It is Dylan's birthday this week. On October 22, he has a birthday. I wish I could tell you how old he is, and that's not because it's top secret. It's just because I can't remember. Honestly, it's not my fault. He changes it every year. So I just kind of got caught up a year or two ago on what his current age was then, and then it changes again. He just crossed 1,500 hours. He's done that in a little over 2 years. He's getting ready to do his ATP CTP and then his ATP check ride. He'll be multi ATP in just a few months here and off. He's going to be graduated off the payroll and out and doing his own thing, which is very, very good. So we're doing a little birthday dinner Wednesday night with Dylan, and that should be a lot of fun. I don't know if you want to say congratulations to Dylan. He has worked very, very hard on all of his stuff and done extremely well. He is flying like crazy right now, building flight time. So the main thing I want to tell you about here is this concept that we've got here. We have built a new concept. Remember, tonight, after this live deal, after this YouTube, there will be a Zoom call, a live interactive Zoom call with me and anybody else that wants to join in for free. I'll put the link in the first comment of this YouTube. I'll drop it in there. All you got to do is click and jump in this Zoom. This is going to have to do with this new concept. When I show this to you, you're not going to believe it, and I know you're going to have questions on how it works and what we're doing. This is the concept of getting aircraft to self-line themselves up for going into Sun and Fun or Oshkosh or any other event. This is traffic control by having everybody agree to a certain time that they're going to hit a certain fix. I know that sounds really bizarre, but it works really good. Before I show you that, I'm going to show you this video. I've got 100 of these things, but I picked this one out. This is a girl flying a Baron going into Oshkosh last year, and I'm going to show this to you. This is the whole reason we don't want to do this. The Fisk arrival, rock your wings, turn base too low and land on a dot is insane. It's insanity. We don't need to do that. Let's take a look at this video here. Here's this girl flying in. She's coming into Oshkosh in her Baron, and she's got her little friend with her. I'm going to show you this video, and then the last 2 minutes of it, I've replayed the last little bit and zoomed in on both the attitude indicator, angle of bank, and the airspeed. You're going to see her at 100 feet banking 35 degrees at 100 knots in a Baron, fully configured. It's insane. Let's get started. Here's the video.
What is he doing there?
RV, you're going to
He's
go
doing
to track
90 knots.
27, just follow the tracks, center the right downwind at the gravel pit, and maintain at 1800 until you're established on the downwind.
We should be the next wing rock, baby.
We're about to overpass them. They're below 400. And we just overpassed them. Yeah. No bueno.
Runway 36 and 27 are active runways today. All right, my 310, rock your wings.
That's him.
Great rock. Do you have, how about you head up the tracks? Up the tracks to 27, expect that right downwind over the gravel pit. And once you're in that, once you pass this, you monitor tower 18.5. Turn over Fisk, rock your wings.
Now ATC is about to tell her, maintain 1800 until you're established on the downwind.
That's not us. That's not us. No.
Over, and you're going to go up to 27, follow the train tracks 27, enter the right downwind over the gravel pit, maintain 1,800.
They keep on telling plane over Fisk, rock your wings, maintain 1800 until you're on the downwind. Listen to this lady. She's telling them what to do. Begin your descent now. This is ATC, not even on the downwind, telling the Baron to begin a descent. Like for what?
You can begin your descent and maintain 1,800. Make sure you got your gear down.
I don't know if you heard that or not, but maintain 1800, then begin your descent, and then put your gear down now. Why is ATC telling us when to put our gear down? That's crazy. Don't put your gear down 9 miles from the airport. You leave your gear up until you're on the downwind, and then you put your gear down, do a landing checklist, and fly a stabilized approach. Listen to it again.
Maintain 1,800. Make sure you got your gear down.
The airplane calls out its AGL altitude, so listen to this. Here's 1,000, and she's going to say, I'm going to put in one set of flaps. Listen to this. Here's 1,000.
1,000.
That's 27. Yep. Turning right downwind. One set of flaps. Right over the gravel pit. A little too tight to be inside for me.
Then she calls the tower. She squeezes the push to talk. She says, Baron's on the downwind for 27.
And Baron on the downwind. Now we're with you.
500.
27.
The guy answers, Baron on the downwind, make the turn to beam the numbers. Green dot, clear to land. You want to turn to beam the numbers. She's below 500 turning base at ATC's instruction. Below 500 base, green dot. We want you to turn base, low airspeed, low altitude, and still land on a dot. For what?
Clear to land. Make the base turn. Beam the numbers. Runway 27. Green dot. Clear to land.
Now here's the callouts. Coming from the G1000, it's 300.
300.
Red, blue, green.
Here's 200.
200.
Green
Look
dot,
at
clear
this
line.
Green
red
dot,
box
clear to
around
land.
the attitude and the airspeed. Look how low this airspeed is. Here's the one for 100. Look how slow she is, still cranked over 35 degrees to try to line up, pulling, banking, uncoordinated at 100 AGL.
300.
Red, blue, green.
200.
All right, we're here. Woo! Yay, Valerie! Good job! You stuck the landing.
Now they land, and what the most incredible thing is, they want to high-five each other like they did an incredible job. No, you almost died. You came so close to dying. The crazy thing is you got no idea. You followed ATC's instructions, and you were within probably 0.5% of stalling, and that thing would have stalled, broke, gone nose down, and you'd both be dead. This is not the way we're supposed to do it. Here's Hoover's graphic of what he thinks. This came from Hoover's Facebook page. This is what he thinks of this approach. Isn't that the most horrendous video you've ever seen? This is standard FAA. This is standard Oshkosh procedure. Don't do it. Just say no. Just like the stall testing on a Hawker when they ask you to go do it, say no, I'm not doing that. Is there a better way? I think there is, and I've made this video, I've made this whole thing all about testing. This has to do with the ADSB concept. So I took 10 different pilots that I didn't know, scheduled it. This has to do with hitting a spot, time over top. So we picked out an airport, Augusta, Georgia, that had a Class D airport with a fix on the northern border, and we assigned all the airplanes a special time to hit the Class D at their special time, each one separated by 1 minute. This is kind of a long video. It's about 3 or 4 minutes, but it's got Dylan's explanation of him going out here practicing at first. So I made this video private, offline, for the 10 people so that they could see what the deal is. And it showed what we were going to do and how we were going to hit an ETA. It just so happens that we coordinated it so that Dylan could hit his ETA exactly at the time that he hit 1,500 hours. So here's my briefing for it in this video. Here's the video of us going out here and doing it. And this is Dylan's explanation of how hard he thinks it is. This is a private link video, not to be shared or redistributed or posted on the internet. Just for the people participating in our 4D project Saturday, October 11th at Augusta, Georgia. 4D stands for fourth dimension. In flying, typically an FAA is typically two-dimensional as far as lat long your position. Sometimes we incorporate a third dimension, which is altitude. Oftentimes in the technical side of FAA in the IFR world, we add a fourth dimension, which is time. Not only do you have to be at this fix at a certain altitude, but you have to be there at a precise time. That's the fourth dimension. Rarely used in VFR flying. So we've added the fourth dimension. This is Project 4D to see if we can do it. We are self-governing an alignment to try to hit a fix, Hogham intersection just north of Augusta, Georgia, at your assigned slot time. Everybody will have a different slot time separated by 1 minute intervals. Each airplane and N number will have a different slot time going into Hogham on Saturday afternoon at approximately 3 p.m. I want you to watch this video that we made here this morning with Dylan. 2 objectives on this video. One was to get him to cross into 1,500 hours total time, which we did. The second time we also played around with direct to a fix, altering our time to hit a certain fix, which was South 1 at exactly the top of the hour, which we did. And you can see how we can just play with heading a little bit or play with RPM just a little bit to drastically affect our ETA so that we hit the fix that we were going to. This training video shows you exactly what the deal is there. And then we also took opportunity to pick a fix way out West Coast. We picked Los Angeles International Airport, KLAX, and you can see just 50 RPM difference varies your ETA greatly. Remember, huge difference between ETE and ETA. Have your GPS navigator set on ETA. We don't care anything about ETE. Loiter out there to the north, west, north, and northeast. Do whatever you need to do to be slightly early in your approach, maybe 20 to 30 miles north with a few minutes to spare so that you can always point direct towards the fix. Doesn't really matter where you're coming from. Just try not to make a 90-degree hook turn at Hog'em. We want your wings level. The altitude you're going to cross Hog'em at 2,000 indicated. That's 2,000 MSL. From there, you'll be looking at the field straight ahead, 5 miles straight ahead. Get your ATIS before you get there. Check in with tower. Do not talk to approach. Don't get a squawk. Don't get flight following. They all know what we're doing. You don't need flight following. Proceed direct to Hog'em. Just outside of Hog'em, call the control tower. With your N number, they'll acknowledge. And from, it's not like Class Bravo where you have to get cleared into the Bravo. As soon as you exchange N numbers with Class D, you're cleared in. Proceed direct to the field. Follow their instructions. You'll cross Hog'em at 2,000 MSL, slowly descend down to 1,200 MSL, and follow tower controller's instructions as far as what runway, when to turn the downwind, when to extend your downwind, when to turn base, all those standard things they're just going to tell you. On the way in, after crossing Hog'em, look at your ADSB. You'll see the guy in front of you, probably visually. You'll see the guy behind you, the white dot. You're in the middle. This is not like Oshkosh where they prescribe everybody 100 knots. You fly whatever speed you want to fly to put your dot in the middle. If you need to go slightly slower, that's fine. If you want to go slightly faster, that's fine. You try to keep your airplane in the middle between the guy that you're following and the guy that's behind you. Just like being on the interstate in your car. It's totally fine. There's only 5 miles of flying between Hog'em and the airport. Start a nice, easy descent down to 1,200 MSL, which is traffic pattern altitude, and you should be totally good. Couple things, no 360s in the vicinity of the airport. You do your spacing and all that stuff well north. When you get within a couple miles of the airport, do not do any 360s or anything erratic. Wings level, be calm, be predictable, be rational, proceed towards the fix and go straight in. Reaching Hog'em, fly a 180 heading direct towards the field and you'll be totally good. Entering the traffic pattern, there's no crazy hook turns and descending turns at 200 feet. Standard traffic pattern. There's no landing on a dot. Stabilized approach, land wherever you want, clear the runway and go to the FBO. That's all it is. We've taken out all the wild, crazy, dangerous stuff out of this. There's nothing there. ATC will tell you to extend your downwind or when to turn base. They'll take care of your spacing once you're on the downwind. Totally simple. If you have any questions, please contact me. I want you to watch this video. It's here next. This was just shot this morning, but you can easily see how you can hit any fix using ETA on your navigator. Keep wings level, keep under control. Don't do anything radical. This is super simple, and it's all been done before, just never for general aviation. All right, here's the ETA video.
All right, we're in the air simulating a ETA, but also today is a big day. Dylan, what is today?
Today is October 8th.
Yes. And what's significant about today?
Today we are crossing over 1,500 hours, so pretty big day.
1,500 in the logbook, and what time will you, by your hops meter on this airplane, what time will you hit 1,500 exactly?
91.6, and we're at 91.5 now.
All right, so we're only a few minutes away from your Hobbs meter clicking over to 91.6, and you're at 91, you're about to roll 91.5 right now.
Yep.
Now the complicating factor here is that we are also, you can go ahead and turn direct to the fixed now. We're navigating to direct to South 1 intersection, and we're trying to hit it at exactly 10 a.m. So I'm looking at my timer here, 9 a.m. and this one is showing ETA of 10 a.m. Now I want you to go direct to on your GPS right here, and I'm going to go direct to on this one.
All right, so we'll be there in 2.5 minutes.
There you go. Now just hold 2,000 MSL and tell me what your hops meter says now.
We're at 0.5 now. So
0.5.
Yep.
All right, let's slow down a little bit and see what that does to our ETA. We're only 3.6 miles from the fix right now, and as we slow down, let's just slow down to 85 and see what that does. See, as soon as you slow down a little bit, it bumps this up to 901. All right, now let's go back to normal cruise.
What are we looking for? Are we looking for 9:01 here?
9 a.m. We want to hit it exactly 9 a.m. You're 3 miles from the fix. Now you're homing in on 9 a.m. Your altitude is exactly 2,000 feet. Go direct to the fix. Your objective is to hit this thing
Traffic Skyhawk 623 Kilo Whiskey is 7 miles north inbound.
at exactly 9 a.m. And when you do, I want you to fly a 180 heading.
Okay.
Just turn left and fly a 180 heading. What's your hop speed showing now?
Still 0.5. It should roll over any minute now.
Should roll over any minute. You're about to hit the fix on the magenta line at exactly 9 a.m. local time. All right. What's your degree of difficulty in being able to hit a fix at 2,000 feet at exactly 9 a.m.?
Not too difficult. I could have circled for 15 minutes if I needed to and then put myself on track.
If you were early, you could have done some S-turns or slowed down or anything you want. It's very easy to alter your ETA. All right, you're 1 mile to go, and you're sitting here exactly at a 9 a.m. ETA. What is your hops meter showing now?
Still 0.5. It should roll over the next 2 minutes here.
Okay, so you're about to hit the fix, South 1. Here it is, here it comes. And arriving at South 1.
Yep, quarter mile to go.
Quarter mile to go.
Cancel traffic, Skyhawk 63 Kilo Whiskey, 4 miles north. Inbound overfly the field for a right steer drop for 23 cancel.
Alright, there it is.
There it is. You just crossed it at 9 a.m. Fly a 180 heading and slow your speed down to 100 miles an hour. 100 indicated.
100 miles an hour indicated?
Yep, just slow to 100 indicated. Look straight ahead and go to your traffic screen on here. And look for the airplane that's directly ahead of you. There's going to be an airplane about 2 miles ahead of you. You adjust your spacing, you're going to see a dot directly ahead of you and a dot directly behind you. You fly 2,000 feet, you look straight ahead, you've already talked to the control tower. The runway is straight ahead. They're going to tell you to enter a left downwind or a right downwind for whichever runway, the east-west runway at Augusta. You did it, you hit it. Now what's your hop speed say?
It's rolling over, it's almost a 0.6. It's right there.
Here it comes. Here it comes, Dylan. You're about to be a 1,500-hour pilot right now. I think you're there. You see it?
I see it. We got 0.6. So, 1,500-hour mark. We've reached it.
All right, there you go.
Today's the day.
I've prepared this certificate for you.
Thank you. How much did this cost you?
$5,274. I've ordered it on Amazon.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
All right. Well, congratulations. Here's your obligatory handshake.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure.
Outstanding job. Let's do a left-hand turn heading 360. I'll take this. Let's do a left-hand turn back to 360. And you tell me, when did you start your flight training career track? When was that?
The career track started in June of 23. Late June of 23.
Cancel traffic.
So that would be,
over the field 3,600 for
I don't know, 2 years and 3 months ago?
2 years and 3 years ago, you soloed this airplane. I soloed you in Hampton in this airplane 2 years and 3 months ago.
Yep.
In that amount of time, you've accumulated 1,500 hours, your commercial multi-instrument, CFI, AGI, and a jet SIC type rating. And how many hours of jet time do you have now?
Got 30 hours of jet time.
30 hours of jet time?
That's awesome.
And what is your hope? What are you trying to do in the next 60 days?
The next 60 days, I'm trying to be employed flying a jet of some kind.
Exactly. Someplace, anything turbine, any place in the continental United States is going to be the objective here, right?
That's it. Yes, sir.
Is the way it's going to happen. Now,
2 and 4 Echo Lima.
tell me what you had for total hours when you sat down to take your private pilot exam, how many hours did you have in your logbook?
I can't remember the exact number. I think it was pretty close to about 300.
Yeah, a little over. You had 320 in your book.
Okay.
You had 320 hours, most of it solo cross-country. How is that possible?
Well, you can get signed off to do student pilot cross countries as much as you want, as long as your instructor signs them off. So we made sure that my pilotage and dead reckoning was rock solid, and just spent a lot of hours doing student pilot solo cross countries, and it was a great learning experience.
Yep, you did almost 300 hours of solo cross-country pilotage and dead reckoning with no GPS, no anything except your sectional, your E6B, and your pencil. Now, when you got to your check ride and it came time for the cross-country portion of your check ride, how hard was the cross-country portion of that?
It was not difficult at all.
No, you've already done 300 hours of that. You're the living expert on all of that.
So after everybody was briefed, we built a briefing PDF. We did several Zoom calls. I built the briefing video. Now it's time to try it. We went out and try it. What do you think? Is it going to work? Did it work? Did anybody hit each other? No, it worked perfect. One lonely guy in the control tower, one, handled all those airplanes. Nobody talked to approach control. Nobody got vectored. We self-vectored and went through the yellow dot. I want to show this to you. This is the yellow dot at Augusta Airport. The fix is called HOGEM, H-O-G-E-M. Each guy had an assigned time to hit HOGEM. Here's the graphic prepared by VAS Aviation. My friend Victor in Spain prepared this for us and built it, and I fast forwarded it so that it's not in real time, it's accelerated so you can see the dots moving. Each dot has an assigned time to fly through the yellow circle, enter the downwind, do a landing checklist, land the airplane, clear, and go to the FBO. It's easy. The spacing is perfect. Nobody got excited. No landing on a dot. No hook turns low to the ground. It's a standard, safe arrival for traffic pattern. That's what we got to have. The main problem that we have at Sun and Fun is this holding pattern. Remember last year there was a time at Sun and Fun there was 300 airplanes in the air near Sun and Fun at the same time, all of them wanting to land. 300. What's the max arrival rate possible according to the FAA at Sun and Fun? Max arrival rate is 118. My question is, if we can only put 118 on the ground at Sun and Fun using both runways at the absolute most, why do we have 300 people in the air flying circles and trying to hit each other? The whole concept is absurd. I say make a voluntary slot time. Each pilot practice this and be able to do it. Hit your slot, enter the downwind, land your airplane, and go have a good time. It's completely safe, and you have a reservation. You have a reservation time to fly through the yellow circle. You can do it. You do it by setting your GPS to ETA and not ETAE. We're going to do this exact same thing. We're going to do our second beta test November 13 in Sun and Fun. We're going down to Lakeland. I need 30 airplanes, 30 pilots with a GPS. You got to have ADSB in and out. You have to have a GPS. You have to have practiced and been able to hit a specific fix. Doesn't matter where it is. Go out and practice. See if you can hit a certain fix at a specific time. You do it by holding altitude and just varying your power, which is going to vary your ground speed a little bit. You get close, maybe a little tiny S-turn, proceed towards the fix, and you just vary your power and your ground speed so that you center your ETA on your assigned ETA, just like Dylan did. You fly through the circle, enter the downwind, put your gear down, land your airplane. The whole thing is crazy simple. I need 30 guys to help me. If you're interested in this or if you have any questions, jump on the Zoom after this video tonight. We'll talk about it. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Anybody that comes down here to Lakeland and does it, you're going to get a free DTSB hat, and Sun and Fun is providing free lunch and a tour of the offices, and Gene Conrad will be there. He's happy to welcome everybody that wants to give this a try. It'll have a PDF briefing, it'll have a Zoom briefing, it'll have a video briefing, it'll have all that stuff, so you'll know absolutely how to do it. Any airplane, we don't want fast airplanes, nothing turbine. 94% of the arrivals at Sun and Fun are piston general aviation singles. That's the kind of airplanes that we want, capable of flying between 90 and 110, something like that. We don't do this according to speed. We do this according to the dots. You fly through the dot, and you can see the guy ahead of you. You adjust your spacing. If you're running up on his bumper, just slow down a little bit. Just use some common sense. There's no assigned mandatory 100 knots. We don't assign a speed. You cross the fix at the correct altitude, look at your ADSB, and you adjust yourself to keep yourself in the middle of the dot ahead of you and the dot behind you. Does that make sense? I'd love to see you in the Zoom call after this if you want to talk about it. I'm going to play that video here at this time. Check this out. This is our final result on how it worked out on our beta test. This is the radar screen for Augusta, Georgia. You can see the yellow circle is the fix that we were navigating on. 10 aircraft, all in the neighborhood, each with an assigned time. At the bottom of the screen, you can see Endeavour taking off on the north runway with a left turnout and climbing. So our operation did not affect the airline operation. Here's all 10 of us all trying to figure out how to hit the time at the correct time. Each one of us had an ETA, or a time over top, a very specific time to hit the yellow dot and go through the ring and then proceed to the airport. Dylan is flying 8264 November, and I'm in that airplane with him. And you can see that airplane closest to it and proceeding to it. He's about to enter the yellow dot right about now. So he enters, he's cleared into Class D. Then there's the next airplane, the next one, and the next one. We had a gap in the schedule due to a no-show in the schedule. And then the next two airplanes got a little bit, one of them got their time over top confused. It worked out just fine, but that was two 182s. And then here's 328 Mike, hit his spot exactly. 336 Hotel came in from the east and turned south. And then 234 Yankee Pop was the last one, hit the target and entered the downwind. All airplanes entered the downwind without any special handling from the tower. There's no rock your wings, there's no land on a dot, and there's no unstable approach. Everything happened exactly like it was supposed to happen, with no undue sense of urgency or anything like that. So this is called Project 40. It's the fourth dimension in flying. We have typically two dimensions, which is lat long. Sometimes we have the third dimension, which is lat long combined with an altitude assigned. The fourth dimension, rarely used, although it is sometimes used in jet flying and complicated airspaces to hit a certain fix at a certain altitude at a certain time. I fly a lot of Citation and turboprop stuff. A couple of weeks ago, I had to fly a Citation up to New York, and I had an assigned slot time to get into LaGuardia in a business jet. Here's me. I do a lot of single pilot flying in business jets. Here's this so you can see that I'm not making this up. Here's a quick video of me flying a jet, and I'm the only guy in this airplane. Isn't that cool? Well, you can hear the music going here. That means it's about towards the end. Listen to the theme here. You know what this is. This is Lee Greenwood. God bless the USA. In light of everything that happened, I'm an American. I'm a citizen. I stood my ground, and I would do the same thing again today. I hope that you will too. I want you to remember the men and women who died on foreign soil to give us these rights. These are our rights to protect ourselves. This is America. You cannot allow our government to come in here and do these things to us. We're citizens. You have to have the right to bear arms and the right to protect yourself and your family. We have to fight for those rights. I don't know if you notice anything about me, but I am a little bit of a scrapper on stuff like that. I will stand up for what's right. I always will, and I can tell you this is right. Here's the very, very end of the song. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to her and defend her still today. Because there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.